Hey there, savvy people. If you have been thinking about becoming a social media manager or a social media virtual assistant, then this video is for you. I'm going to break down for you the complete guide on how to get paid for doing social media services for small business owners. So if you're ready for that complete guide, you're in the right place. Here's what we'll cover in today's video. First, we'll cover what is a social media virtual assistant. Then I'll share with you the types of services you can offer as a social media VA. Then we'll cover how much you can make, where to find clients, and then lastly, how to learn social media VA skills. So if you're ready, let's jump right in. Oh, hi there. Maybe you haven't met me yet. My name's Abbey Ashley, and I've trained literally thousands of people to work from home, being their own boss, whether it's as a virtual assistant, a social media virtual assistant, or everything in between. I love teaching people how to live their freedom life working as their own boss. So if you love all things work from home, definitely subscribe to my channel and then make sure you click the bell to be notified every time I release new content. First, let's talk about what is a social media virtual assistant. Well, a social media VA is someone who helps small business owners with managing, growing, and maintaining their social media presence. Now, inside of that, it can be very, very broad exactly what you'll be doing. So we'll cover the types of services that you can offer as a social media VA here in a moment. But the main thing you need to know is that as a social media VA, you'll be helping your clients stay consistent. With small business owners, there are so many tasks to be taken care of, including the actual client work that they'll be doing. And more often than not, social media goes to the back burner. And so really, social media, the key is being consistent, no matter what platform you're on, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook. It really does come down to just being consistent on those platforms. And so even if you are not a super professionally trained master of the platform, you can help give them a leg up simply by helping them be consistent on the platform. So let's talk about a couple different things that can be covered inside of that social media VA role. First, a quick plug. If you are struggling to know what type of services you should be offering as a virtual assistant, I have something for you. It's totally free. It's our VA personality quiz. Maybe you're struggling knowing, should I do more of these social media services or something more admin related? Well, this personality quiz is there to help you. You can go to thevirtualsavvy.com/quiz in order to take that for free. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the types of services that you could offer as a social media virtual assistant. And I've broken it down to the top 10 main services. And again, we'll talk about pricing and packaging here in a moment. But the main thing that you need to do as I go through this list is really think, which ones of these could I enjoy doing? Maybe you have experience in them for yourself or somebody else's business that you've worked with. Maybe you have no experience at all, and that's okay. That's not the prerequisite, right? It's not that you need to know everything. It's that you have the mindset, I could learn anything, right? So even if you don't know how to do these services yet, but they seem interesting to you and you want to learn how to do them, go ahead, write them down on a piece of paper. Say, okay, I think that's a service that I would want to offer in my social media VA business. Let's jump into the top 10 services. We'll start with number 1, content creation. This is such a needed service. Business owners all over need people just to help them create content. So if you are good with Canva, we love Canva over here at the Virtual Savvy. If you're great with designing, you can make the posts, the carousels, the reels that need to go inside of somebody's social media platform. The content creation is for you. It's not just actually creating the content, but creating the copy that goes along with it. So literally, that could be a standalone service. You could say, I just create the copy, then I hand it to you. It's up to them and their team to schedule it, etc. But just actually creating that content is a huge relief off of a small business owner's backs. In addition, you can repurpose some of their old content. So you can go and you can pull things from YouTube videos or podcasts and make it into something that's shareable on social. Try to say that 5 times fast. You can make it into something that is shareable on social, and that is a huge, huge help to them. Whew, did it. All right, number 2 is social media scheduling. If you're already creating content, or even if you're not, social media scheduling is a huge help to business owners. No, you do not need to manually post every single day. social media content. Meta itself, that's Facebook and Instagram, has a native scheduler, so you can literally go in and schedule out posts for the entire month. This is batching, people. I love the concept of batching work in small amounts of time. So you literally could work for one client for 2 hours and schedule their content for the entire month. And that is such a relief to them and to you because you worked in a smart way. Now, there are other third-party schedulers that you can look into, but for the most part, for our business, if we're scheduling on Facebook and Instagram, we're just using Meta. All right, let's jump to number 3. That's engagement and community management. Now, if you guys don't know, I run a community of over 135,000 virtual assistants. It's insane. You can join the community right here, thevirtualsavvy.com/community, if you want to join in on the fun. But maintaining a community of that size takes a lot of work. And so we have people that literally come and help us manage that community. Shout out to our Savvy ambassadors. So these people are literally manually looking at the people who request to join our group and letting them in, because we don't just let in anybody. If it's a brand new account or looks like it could be spam, we don't let people into the community. In addition, sometimes people do slip through and they will post spam posts. And so our ambassadors are there to remove them very quickly. They're engaging in conversation. So when people have questions, they're actually answering the questions. They could be posting content. When you're interacting with your community, whether it is a Facebook community like this, a LinkedIn community, whether it's YouTube, right? If you're commenting down below, then a lot of times people will pay other people to actually respond to all those comments, which we respond to every comment on this channel. Same with Instagram, right? We want to be responding to comments, and small business owners need that engagement, but they don't have the time to do it themselves. And that's where you come in. All right, number 4, research and strategy. So it's not totally random when someone goes viral. I guess sometimes it is, but a lot of times it was pre-planned. And that could be with a really well-researched keyword on YouTube or on Pinterest, or it could be by following a certain trend on Instagram. And so that research actually takes time to be able to come up with the ideas of what type of content you are going to create. Even researching hashtags, right? That is a type of research. And so research can definitely be part of your strategy and something I definitely recommend adding to any social media VA package. All right, number 5, Instagram and Facebook story management. Yes, this is its own category because it comes with its own strategy. With Facebook and Instagram stories, you're really trying to connect with your audience. So on their actual feed, it's to bring people in, but then the connection happens through stories. And so that could be posting videos. It could be giving your client prompts for going live or for, doing those face videos in their stories. It could be posting polls and questions and really engaging as a result of the Instagram stories. So I would add this to your list of items as a social media VA as well. All right, which one of these services are you liking so far? It's okay to have more than one. Let me know in the comments. All right, we've talked a lot about Facebook and Instagram, but let's take a moment to talk about Pinterest. Did you know that there are Pinterest managers out there? I have a good friend named Kate, shout out to Kate All, who runs $1 million Pinterest agency, and that is her main core service. So she's just gone all in on Pinterest. So this means actually creating the pins, pinning to the page. Sometimes you'll be pinning 10 unique pins every single day, 10 or 20. It could be posting to boards or creating your own boards. Could be scheduling out content on a tool like Tailwind, or Canva even allows you to schedule now inside of their platform. And so Pinterest management as a standalone service is a high value service. Pinterest is really great for bloggers or for people who are in the food or fashion industry. If you have a client in this industry and they're not using Pinterest, it's definitely something that you should recommend and offer to them. All right, number 7, video editing. Social media and video go hand in hand. The most popular social media posts that you are likely seeing are video. And so that takes editing in a lot of cases. This YouTube video, believe it or not, I did not shoot it in one solid take. I know, it's crazy. I actually made a lot of mistakes, and my wonderful editor edited those mistakes out so you get one solid video. And so whether it is piecing together an Instagram reel or a YouTube video, editing is a very, very popular service. Number 8, let's talk about analytics and performance tracking. Now, no matter what type of social media VA service that you offer, I definitely recommend having some kind of performance maintenance and tracking. Looking at the data is important. And so you may choose to report that data to your client on a weekly or a monthly basis, but it's really important that you do it. You're going to be looking at engagement. You're going to be looking at follower growth. You're going to be looking at what worked and what didn't work, so you can do more of what works. And these reports are so helpful. For example, when I hired a Pinterest manager, one of my favorite things would be this monthly report that I would get. It would show me over the month, how many followers did I gain? It would show me, here's the traction that we made this month versus last month, right? It would show me this is how many people came to your blog as a result of Pinterest. And it showed me this was our top performing content. So let's make more content like this. So this was super valuable to me, and it helped me honestly keep paying this person because I could visually see with numbers, yes, this is working. And so data, analytics, tracking, definitely put this as part of your services, no matter what you do in social media. Number 9 is influencer and brand outreach. Now, this could be part of your social media services if you're just doing a generalized social media package, or it could be a standalone service. There are incredible businesses that literally will just specialize in, hey, we're going to help you connect with partners, with influencers who are going to sell your products. We're going to do collaborations. We're going to do joint venture webinars together, or we're going to put together this giveaway that both of us will promote on our social channels and come together. And so this is an awesome service to add to your social media VA services or to specialize and go all in with. All right. And then number 10 is content planning. It is so important for a small business owner to have a bird's eye view of everything that they're doing, especially if they are on multiple platforms. And so what you can simply do is use their project management tool, whether it is Trello or ClickUp or Asana. Most of these have a calendar feature. And so you can be the person that literally is help managing all of the content to make sure it happens at the right time, at the right place. At The Virtual Savvy, we release a new video here on YouTube about every other week, and it takes a lot to actually make that happen. And so we have to schedule it out. There has to be deadlines. There has to be project management. So even if some of these tasks have seemed like, wow, maybe I'm not creative enough to come up with all of this content, could you be the person that actually manages it, that schedules it, right? That makes sure that it happens and that the right people who are creating the content are doing it on a deadline. Let me admit, creative people aren't always the most timely. I can say this as a creative myself. So we need project managers and people to say, get the thing done. So that content management and really bird's eye view is super, super important. All right, I told you this was going to be the complete guide. We are crushing it so far. I hope that you have some ideas now of services, whether you're going to be a general social media manager and do a lot of these services, or you're going to zero in and say, I'm going to go all in with Pinterest management or editing or whatever it is, right? Let's talk a little bit about how to price and package these services now. If you are a beginning virtual assistant, I would recommend doing a generalized social media package where you say, I can do a lot of these things, content, scheduling, research, and you put it together potentially in an hourly package. For instance, if you were charging $30 an hour and you sold a 10-hour package, that would be a $300 a month package. Now, as you grow in your specialty and you learn more things, definitely raise those rates from $30 up to $50 or $60 an hour. That is totally normal for a specialty VA like a social media virtual assistant. Charging in packages versus charging hourly is an amazing thing to eventually do. And here's why. If I've been charging $30 an hour and something takes me 10 hours to do, it takes me 10 hours to manage this person's social media, but then I get better at it. Over time, I get faster. And now it only takes me 8 hours instead of 10. I'm getting paid less for doing the same amount of work. Like that doesn't make sense, right? And so that's where package-based pricing can be really amazing. For instance, you could say, hey, it is $600 a month for me to manage your Pinterest account. And here's what you get. People don't care how many hours it takes you to manage their Pinterest. All they care about is that report at the end of the month. Did you increase my traffic or not? Did it work, right? And so that's where switching over to that package-based pricing can be amazing eventually in your business. Now, in the beginning, it might be hard to do that because you might not know how long something will take you. What I wouldn't want you to do is create a package and, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to be making $100 an hour, and it takes you so much longer. And at the end of the day, you're only getting $10 an hour because you didn't really plan that package well, right? That's why I tell people, hey, start with hourly in the beginning. That's totally fine. And then once you know how long something takes you to actually do, it's super, super easy to transition into those package-based pricing. All right, and lastly, we're going to talk about where to find clients as a social media VA. My very first recommendation for any virtual assistant, not just social media VAs, is to talk to your friends and family. Now, you may think, my friends and family aren't small business owners. They don't need my service. But do you know one small business owner? Think about it. Do you know a real estate agent or a health coach? Do you know one person who owns a small business? Well, everyone you know knows one person that is a small business owner. So literally, just by telling your friends and family about this new venture that you're doing, you can increase your reach. And so many of our students get their first client this way. Another great place to find clients is inside of Facebook groups. I know that we have a large community, our VA Savvies community. I mentioned it earlier. And inside of this group, there are people looking for VAs all the time, people to help with their business. You can join other Facebook groups. I know that I'm in a part of a lot of local Facebook groups, right? I live in Springfield, Missouri, and there's Springfield, Missouri business owner Facebook groups, and people are looking for help all the time inside of these groups. Another great place to look for clients are networking events. Look and see if there are live events happening in your area. I know here where I live in Springfield, there are events happening all the time. And even if it's a small gathering of 10 small business owners, that is still getting your name out there, getting people to know you. Guys, marketing is all about relationships. So start forming those relationships. You can go to job sites like Upwork or Fiverr. These are great places to find jobs. There's even jobs posted on LinkedIn all the time. And then lastly, the best place to get clients is through referrals. So work super hard, use your relationships to get one client. Do great work for that one client. And then just ask them to post about you, right? Could you tell a few people about my services if you love them? That is one of the main ways to spread the word, is to do really great work for one client and then get those referrals. All right, we covered so much inside of this video. Oh my gosh, I bet you are reeling, no pun intended, over this content. So many ideas spinning. Now, if you are so excited about this and you're like, yes, Abby, I want to do this. The only thing is, I don't know how to actually do these services. I'm so excited. I want to learn Pinterest management, or I want to learn how to do Canva, but I don't actually really know how to do these things. Well, I have something for you. It's called our Savvy Vault Growth Membership. It includes over 60 tech and industry trainings for one low monthly fee. So go check that out, thesavvyvault.com. Inside of it, we also have a weekly group coaching call. So you, on a weekly basis, are getting that accountability and help you need to grow your business. So check out the Savvy Vault if that's something you're interested in. And yes, that is all. I'm going to go take a nap. That was a really long video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.